One of the best songs in the world is Pretty Green Eyes, and he starts on fried chicken and fries or something.
Hello and welcome to Fried Chicken Fries, the podcast where myself, Richard Easterbrook, and Matthew Keelan don't know what we're talking about. That's because each week the agenda of the episode is decided by the simple spinning of a wheel. And a wheel that is loaded with all kinds of different topics, some of them suggested by ourselves, some of them suggested by our loyal listeners. Matthew, how are you doing?
I'm all right, yeah. I thought you were about to suggest that we don't know what we're talking about there. But of course, we do.
Well, that's a double meaning because we don't know what we're going to talk about in today's episode.
No, we don't.
Generally, we kind of half know what we're talking about, but I think part of the charm of this podcast is that we just guess a lot of the time.
Oh, yeah.
Electric eels, for instance.
Yeah.
The famous time where we didn't really know anything about electric eels, but were fascinated by them all the same.
Yeah, they're great. I want one. Put it back on the wheel.
I think we should. Like when we first started this podcast, one of the main subjects that we wanted to talk about was Diana's funeral.
Yeah.
And I think when it came around in the previous episode, we did 17 minutes on it.
Yeah.
Probably could have done a show.
Yeah, well, I did think when it came up, like, this might be the whole episode, but people would switch off, I think. Everyone's as obsessed with it as we are, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, if Earl Spencer was listening, he's probably not going to... it's a bit of a sore subject, really.
Yeah, and Earl Spencer does listen. He has commented before and stuff.
Well, he'd do it, like, if Henry Paul had it on. You know, I'm so sorry. I'll park over there. Like, this traffic's terrible, and like,
I can't get moved, do you?
Has something happened? Like,
right. Well, should we spin the wheel?
Yeah,
we should do. Yeah, if you're new listening to the podcast, where have you been? No. There are 30 previous episodes for you to insulate yourself with and educate yourself on the ways of this podcast. There's still, I think, about 150 topics still on the wheel that have.
We will add more. We will add more.
We do add more. Yeah. I found out why cancer keeps coming up.
Right.
It's because it's on the wheel twice.
Oh, is it? Oh, right.
Yeah, so I've fixed that.
Well, they do say once you anyway. Well,
yeah, I fixed that, and as I always say, if only it was that easy.
Yeah, which has cured cancer, which is a good effort, really.
Incredible, big if true.
It's somewhat overlooked, I feel.
Right, we're gonna spin. We're spinning now.
Are we? Oh yeah.
We are spinning. Aye.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
This is beyond belief.
It's never.
It is cancer.
Well, I'm not. No, I don't want to talk about it.
I can show you the screen if you want.
I believe you, but we'll veto it.
It's an unprecedented third veto for this.
Well, it's a thing now.
Yeah, we will never talk about it.
Never talk about it.
I'm going to spin again then. It's a unanimous veto. I mean, I'm not going to talk about it.
Subject, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, imagine kicking off an episode of cancer. Right, we're spinning again. Unbelievable.
Oh, it is unbelievable.
Right, well, we've used our veto in the first move. Just a reminder there that once we've used one veto, we can't use it again. Right. So the subject that is next off the wheel is BSE / mad cow disease.
Right. Good God.
Welcome along to Fried Chicken Fries.
Dear me. Good Lord. Well, this was quite bad, wasn't it?
Oh, it was awful, yeah. It was awful for farmers.
Yeah, well, worse.
Ruinous. Yeah. Well, they didn't really know, did they?
No, well, no. So, can humans get this?
There was a human like this variant CJD.
Because right, because people did stop eating meat because of this, didn't they?
Massively, yeah, yeah. I've just googled it there, and the Bombay Stock Exchange has come up. It's not what I'm looking for.
Right. Yeah.
I think mad cow disease isn't like politically correct now.
I would. Yeah. I would. Yeah. Probably not, but that's what it's known as. Like people like B. I know obviously B. What does BSE stand for?
Bovine spongiform encephalopathy.
Yeah, mad cow disease.
Encephalopathy, commonly known as mad cow disease.
Yeah.
Which was better to Google, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's the human variant is a CJD.
But like humans get like it's horrific to get that. No.
Yeah. Well, I remember there was
one.
There was one person, I think they were from the northeast, who got it in the 90s, and they kept referring to them as being like, this is what could happen. If
we're gonna have to have a lockdown.
Well, it wasn't like airborne like COVID was.
Accidentally by
it was an infection by a misfolded protein known as a prion. And cattle are believed to have been infected by being fed meat and bone meal that contained either the remains of cattle that had it,
cannibalism, basically,
or infected sheep products.
Right.
So the United Kingdom was afflicted with the outbreak of BSE in the 1980s and the 1990s, and yeah, it's pretty disgusting. I mean, whenever it's referred to, like in historical stuff, you'll see like footage of cows staggering across a dirty barn floor and looking like us coming out of the harbour. And well, not me because I don't often go there, but probably more like you coming out of the harbour. And
hey, Daisy, you all right?
Well, he's gone.
You got mad cow disease there. Well, I would hate to have that.
Yeah, it's terrible, really.
Was it okay? Was it so? What? So hang on. So what's this and what's foot and mouth?
Right, foot and mouth was like, that was a bit more kind of, because BSE was only, like, mad cow disease wasn't spread by anything. It was just,
so if you
it was in your feed, yeah.
Right.
Foot and mouth was a bit more
because I remember that being
widespread. That was carried on like people's shoes and stuff. And
yeah, I remember going to lakes, I think, or somewhere, and there was like signs you couldn't go, like there was like, do not get out of your car here, or you can't go off this path. Like you can't. It was in case you went through a field and somehow spread foot and mouth to. Because could humans get that? Is that?
No, but I think they could spread it.
Because that was ruinous as well for.
Yeah, so you'd get people like being hosed down. Like whole villages being locked down essentially to people coming in and going out, and if they did come out and go in, that to be kind of
that's like, the only reason, or maybe one of two now, that the Isle of Man TT was cancelled.
Yeah. There was other things. Well, when horse things cancelled, like
it was the Grand National. Maybe the Grand National was cancelled.
I feel like it might have been. That was 2001. Which incredibly wasn't the biggest thing that happened that year.
No, we're probably going to have to talk about that in a minute.
Well, funnily enough, foot and mouth's on the wheel as well. So, but yeah, BSE was it was a huge kind of political thing as well, because there was that politician, who the health minister or the like farming minister, who did a photo opportunity of eating a burger. Tried to feed it to his daughter, and his daughter wouldn't eat it. So it became a really embarrassing political gaffe, because she was like, "I'm not, to be honest, Dad. I've put up with a lot of stuff that you've offered us in the past, but this is a step too far. Not having your burger." So
just waiting for the next it was like.
But I know it's like kind of like led to higher standards of like meat production, because I think
British beef was then very much frowned upon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and there was like Irish beef, and that was the horse meat scandal. That's not on the wheel, but
well, yes.
Yeah. The spread to human is believed to result in variant CJD, which can be transmitted to humans by eating food contaminated with it. So that's what started the whole kind of thing.
Right. And can you survive that?
Um, I don't know. There's very little known about it. Right, I'll just look on CJD. I think you can die.
It doesn't sound like you want to get
average life expectancy from getting it is 13 months. So it's not great.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So initial symptoms include psychiatric problems, behavioral changes, painful sensations. In the late stages of the illness, patients may exhibit poor coordination, dementia, and involuntary movements, just like that stock footage of the cow staggering in a dirty barn. It's the same kind of thing.
Oh, it's awful.
So yeah, you don't really hear of it now.
No, well, good. Really, I feel it's problematic to get that. I wouldn't really fancy that. I don't think.
No.
Like in things, in lists of things to get, it's really quite high up on things that I'd rather not have. To be honest.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You look horrified there. Have you found something else? Because
I'm trying to find out when the last case of it was. It still goes on, but I don't think it's like that big. Well, there we go.
If you get it to him.
Yeah. The BSE report of 2000 criticised former Conservative Party Agriculture Minister John Gummer, John McGregor, and Douglas Hogg, which is a great name for an agriculture minister, really, isn't it? Like, I think John Gummer was the one who tried to feed it to his daughter.
Man, what was he like?
Yeah,
what was he thinking? I've seen that, and what are you doing?
it's not a great idea, is it?
It's just a terrible idea. Like, what? Idiot.
I'm going to Google last case of CJD in the UK because I'm worried now because I had some burgers. I've had some burgers from Farm Foods recently.
Oh Lord, why have you done that?
Because I live fast and loose with food standards.
And now you panic.
Oh, dear. There was no deaths from variant CJD in 2020, which is probably the least of people's worries.
Yeah.
But there were 131 deaths from sporadic CJD. I don't know what sporadic is.
That's the one that Farm Foods burgers.
Yeah. I think that might be inherited, maybe. I don't know. But variant CJD continues to pose a challenge to public health. So,
what if you keep eating terrible burgers?
It's highly likely. This is interesting. It's highly likely that UK residents were subject to a substantial dietary exposure to the BSE agent during the 1980s and 1990s.
Goodness me.
So
you got away with it lightly then, really.
Yeah, definitely. And Paul McCartney's sitting pretty, isn't he? He's laughing at everyone else. Well, the world goes to shit.
I don't want to get that, really.
No, I don't. No, I felt for the farmers at the time because they, not
now.
No, well, I mean,
them days is over.
Let's probably not get into that. So that's mad cow disease then, in a nutshell.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next topic, which is probably something like the Battle of the Somme.
Yeah, I'm concerned. I don't think that the sun might be on. The sun might be on there. I don't know.
Who knows? Really?
Well, we did ask. We asked for jeopardy, so
we did. But I mean,
yeah.
Right.
Let's spin again.
And funnily enough, it lands on its wheels.
Oh. Well. Interesting. It's crisps.
Right.
Now, we've discussed crisps before, but it's specifically we've discussed crisps with salt in a sachet.
We have
in episode 28.
Yeah, we did. We did probably delve a little bit too far into normal crisps, but we'll go into crisps.
I'm kind of happy we can't veto
I'm
it. So.
relieved with crisps, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
Does
feels
anyone
like
have these new BSE flavored crisps?
well, my favorite crisp at the moment, current favorite is a Seabrooks roast beef
But my
crinkle cut effort. They don't have any beef in them at all. They're vegetarian because
just
it's
comes,
basically just it's Marmite that's in there. That's what
yeah,
gives you the beefy flavor. So
yeah, it's delicious.
all
But
good.
Seabrooks, what's the sauce crisps? Delicious.
Yes, I can't see them. I haven't been
No,
able to find them.
no, they used to have big bags of them in Tesco. Um, and now they seem to have gone, and I can't even see the smaller bags or multi packs or anything.
No, I haven't seen them. I got some cheese and onion the other day, Seabrooks, and
They're
they're
good
not great.
crisps.
Hmm?
I'm not like a massive cheese and onion like fan really. They're all right.
I didn't like them. They were too oniony.
Cheese and onion would be fairly low down on the flavor I would choose, though. To be fair,
Quite like a cheese and onion.
I don't like. I'm not. I don't dislike them, but I wouldn't. They wouldn't necessarily be the one. I love a salt that, like, generally speaking, my favorite flavor is salt and vinegar crisps.
They're nice. They're nice. Have you had the fish and chips?
Yeah,
Salt and vinegar.
I'm not really into novelty crisps.
Because they're not really crisps, really. It's like biscuits. It's like it's like kind of a salt and vinegar flavored mini cheddar. That kind of material.
Yeah,
like crackery. They're really nice, and
are they actually good?
Oh yeah, they're really good. I think they put like the same amount of flavor in that they would do in a bigger bag, so you just get like
okay,
quite a big burst of salt and vinegar goodness.
Sounds all right. I always find these stupid, like, pretend sort of crisps taste shit.
No,
Like when
these
they do,
are
like,
like
full
proper
English
powerful.
breakfast flavor, and
Yeah,
they just taste smoky bacon. It's pointless.
yeah, and the synthetic bacon is not a very nice
Smoky
thing.
bacon is a poor crisp.
Like wheat crunchies, bacon flavor wheat crunchies. It's quite. It seems a nice idea in theory, but like
the flavor's too strong.
You're burping it for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it stays with you.
Yeah.
Much like BSE.
But unlike BSE, I don't think bake. Like I know roast chicken famously is suitable for vegetarians. It's just
Prawn
flavor.
cocktail is as well, I believe.
But there's one that isn't, and I don't know. I can't remember what it is. But
well, it'll be something stupid. It'll be like cheese and onion, or so. Like it'll be something ridiculous like that. Like
it'll have like lamb's liver in it or something.
Yeah, there's cheese in it. Why have we put like beef in this? Don't know.
But you what's your favourite crisp?
I always would revert to the McCoy's salt and vinegar.
They're good, but like a ridge cut.
Yeah, I just like the flavour on a ridge cut is better, and
well, it retains it, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I'd like all crisps really. I love crisps.
One of my favourite flavours. They used to do lamb and mint sensation.
I remember them, yeah.
And they brought it back for when the king was crowned.
Right.
And I know you wouldn't necessarily agree with all of that, but
no,
they did bring back some lamb and mint kind of coronation crisps. It was like coronation lamb or something. It was great. Fantastic. But
isn't it usually coronation chicken?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe his favourite flavour's lamb. I don't know.
Yeah. I hate coronation chicken just on that. I hate that.
No.
Like,
why would you?
Curry with raisins. This makes me feel really sick.
Yeah, like a school dinner that had like random raisins in your school curry. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, that probably makes me feel sick. That the raisins and curry.
Yeah, baffling. No, I think my favourite crisp. I like a paprika max.
Oh, I like them. I do like them, and I also like the really hot max, which the flavour of them that is just spicy. They're really good.
There's them American ones like Takis, Taki.
He's just spelling it out there, just in case.
Just in case there's a misunderstanding. Um, if you are offended by that, but no, they got them from the shop up the road from us, and they're pretty nice, But you get them like the really spicy ones, and they are a bit of an ordeal.
I've never
But
had
I
them.
quite like that because you're not in it for a long time. It's like 60 grams worth of like
Are
hot
they
crisp.
are they a bit like knickknacks in flavour?
Um, they're in texture. They're a bit more like wheat crunchies.
Okay. I know.
So like
I think
kind of
I
a
might have had
tube
them
shape.
actually. Someone brought some to the pub a while ago
Hmm.
because we
Probably
tend
it's like
to
a get a load of this kind of thing.
yeah, we tend not to buy the crisps from behind the bar. We bring our own in.
I like the crispy end about the harbour.
They're all right, but we spend enough in there to just go, yeah, you can just like
Bring your own in.
want
Yeah.
to because we'll bring big bags in and scran them.
You brought your tea in before.
No, I've had a takeaway ordered to there though, and walked home with it.
Yeah. You wouldn't be allowed to eat it in there, would you?
If it's
Would it be frowned on?
it's quite no people do on a Sunday night sometimes. I think get like a pizza delivered, and I wouldn't do that because I like one people would want some of it.
Well, that's it. Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
when
like
you take crisps into a pub, it's you've got to do the officially sanctioned opening of the packet.
yeah, can you open that down the table? No, I want these are my you what? No, I like. Are you a
No.
crisps or a nuts fan in the pub?
Crisps.
I love nuts. I
I
do like.
like it. I do like
I
nuts,
feel if you
but
buy nuts, people are less inclined to want one.
mm,
So I tend to
def-
buy nuts. I feel more if I'm in the pub on my own, having a pint on my own. I'd buy nuts. I think. Whereas
mm,
crisps, I'd buy more if I was with people. But either or, really. This isn't about nuts, though, is it? Really? So
it's not nuts aren't on the wheel. Maybe they should be.
nuts and gum together at last.
I do like crisps. I've got kind of back into the crisp game as well, like recently.
I've rediscovered crisps. These are great. Why did I stop eating these?
Well, I know why I stopped eating them because
Well,
I can't stop, and it becomes a problem. Right?
I
How many?
know.
Well, we got 24 bags of crisps the other day. Yeah, didn't we?
But like I'm a fiend for a big bag of crisps.
Yep.
Like, and I think we've discussed this before. I will leave a pointless amount in the bottom just so that I can say
Mm,
I didn't eat the whole bag. So in my
yeah.
mind, that's better. In my mind, the fact that I've left four crisps in the bottom of the big bag of Walkers is better than me, even though that amount of crisps is useless. Because if you go back into that cupboard the next day and there's a peg on it, and you're like, oh, there's half a bag of, oh, no, there's four in the bottom, I'll just bollocks to it. Because I'll get annoyed. I'd rather have none than four.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, I have often like kind of got a big sharing bag, and I'll have exactly half, and I'll measure it out in with the scales.
No, I just eat
Like on
all.
a Friday night, and then on the Saturday night, I go back and I've like, yeah, I also took a handful later on that night, so I've left myself with 20 grams of crisps, which is an
A handful
insult.
is probably a bag of crisps.
Yeah, well, my hands, big scoops.
Two. I'm just taking a hand. Only 35 calories.
No, I do like crisps. Now, the more I say crisps, the more I'm thinking
Yeah, it's
about
like super
crisps.
hands and crack. Can you please, Richard, don't say crisps. Because when you say crisps, I really, really want crisps.
They are very Moorish.
They are, I tell you what, these
Super
crisps are
hands.
really more.
Yeah. Anything more to say on crisps?
Everything to say about crisps, but
Yeah.
the one thing I would say about crisps is they're not good to eat out and about, I don't think.
No, they're terrible in the car.
Yeah, they're bad on a train because they're loud and
Yeah.
I feel awkward eating them.
I think like something like a McCoy that holds its shape quite well is good for when I'm driving.
I could feed you the crisps in our car.
Yeah, could do that, or I could get like some kind of like crisp dispenser unit, like to hang from the ceiling of the car.
That's
They're like like a bird feeder when they just like gnaw on the edge of it.
Yeah. And how did the accident happen? Well, I was gnawing on my bird feeder full of crisps.
Yes, that's what I didn't tell the insurance company.
Yeah. Have you removed the rear view mirror?
Look, is that just a bird feeder for? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that for me?
Is everything okay at home?
And on the other side, you've got like a drink like the hamsters have.
Yeah, like wrapped. Gnawing on it. Well, I think we're going out on Friday, aren't we? To see the fantastic pit pony.
We are, yeah.
Friend of this pod by association, I guess. And Garth does actually. So hi, Garth. So we should test out, and he's a big crisp fan, as you will ever see if you follow their Instagram. So we could test out. If you are listening to this one, Garth, please would you ask the audience in Potrex on Friday night if they would be on board with a crisp dispenser to have while you drive?
Yeah, I mean, it would, as much as it would work while you drive, it would also work for the gigging musician as well, because you could install it on a mic stand.
You know, it would be great.
Neck of the guitar.
Yeah.
And just like every now and then, he'll pull the neck of his guitar closer to him to do a solo, and then just like.
It'd be great. You know, when people have plectrums in their microphone stand, and you just have the old.
Just just four McCoys.
Oh shit! I forgot. It's
a really good idea. Hopefully we'll turn up to the gig later on, and there it'll be, and he'll have no plectrums, or he'll have eaten his plectrums.
I meant tonight.
Yes. Just don't. Well, I mean, this episode will come out at 5 o'clock in the morning. So if you think that we're recording this and putting it straight out, you're wrong, really. But yeah, Friday is Fried Chicken Fries Day. So
it is.
It's now set in stone, or set in crisp.
Set in crisp or set in BSE.
Yeah. Do you want another spin, or do you want to talk about crisps for a bit?
We could spin again for a bit of jeopardy, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel we owe to the listeners because the whale's not been kind here, and we might get something really horrendous.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, the episode title is BSE and crisps.
At what point do we have to plug Visit Saudi Arabia?
At some point, yeah, we'll have to we'll have to put it like organically into the episode, so it doesn't sound too forced.
Right.
But yeah, we'll figure it out.
If you like crisps, there are some excellent places to buy crisps in Saudi Arabia. Something like that.
While beheading a journalist. Right, we're spinning again. We're spinning. Michael Barrymore.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Michael Barrymore. I'm just writing it down.
Right into the deep end here.
I mean, this is a Hall of Famer episode, really, to be honest, in terms of the subject matter that's been served up for us.
Oh dear.
Michael Barrymore is
nobody.
Yes, we do. Nobody suggested. We don't have to talk about that.
Right, that's what. Yes, okay.
I think we maybe can allude to that.
Yeah.
But probably best not. He's still alive.
He's still alive.
There
are a pool of other topics we could talk about related.
Yeah, it's a kind of a rich. Something else to get just to dive in with.
We wouldn't want to upset him or any of his party. You know, it's going to be.
Wouldn't want to make too many waves. But yeah, nobody else suggested it. It's one of our own suggestions.
Is it? So we've only got ourselves to blame.
Yeah. I mean,
But he's found a new lease of life on TikTok.
it's like an influencer.
Yeah,
What's it?
it's very weird.
Yeah, because I didn't think it was him at first.
No, it is him. He looks terrible.
Hmm.
He moved to Spain for a bit and then got homesick, so he moved home. And then he at the minute he seems to be just going around trying fast food restaurants that people recommend.
Right. I mean, that's a living, I suppose.
That's living all right. He he struck a look at the other day though because he had a burger that he really enjoyed from
Is For those who don't know, Michael Barrymore is or was really he was
was, I would say, yeah.
he was a household name on mainly ITV in the all through the 90s really.
Mm.
He was all over the TV, kind of Saturday night entertainment shows. He did kind of a very early version of what you could probably say was like Britain's Got Talent now. His My Kind of People show was.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, yeah.
Where we take you go into like the Metro Centre and get people to audition for
Britain's Got Talent. That was cool.
Yeah, for shows that would then find a winner. I think sure Charlotte Church was on that.
Oh, right.
Someone like that. It found like what went on to be famous people. They were at the Metro Centre when I was there once, and I lost my dad, and I wouldn't put a tannoy out because he was recording the show. So me and my dad, it was on 2 levels. My dad was upstairs and I was downstairs, and for about half an hour, we kept looking for each other, and then either going up the lift while he would go down the escalator, and we'd just miss each other. And this went on for ages. I was in tears. I mean, I was 25, but. Hey. But yeah, they wouldn't put a tan on you.
Be late for work as well.
Yeah, I was on my lunch hour. But he would just turn up at these places.
I didn't realise until I was looking him up the other week, and just to read about that, and I didn't realise just how big he actually was in the 90s. Like he was huge, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah,
like proper, did he do stand up as well?
I think so. I'm not sure. I know he did a lot of. He would open a lot of episodes of his show with a song. There's been quite a few examples of that. So he was kind of during that phase of entertainer where like you'd had Des O'Connor and he would open episodes of his show with a song. It was very kind of like cabaret style.
Yeah, a good
variety. Yeah. I'm not sure if he did I'm not sure whether he did stand up. But he was quite funny. You know, he was like a funny bloke.
Yeah. And then his career, well, there was something happened. And he made a few attempts to revive his career, didn't he?
Yeah.
But I think he won. Did he win Celebrity Big Brother?
I think he might have done. I mean, the incident, which is fairly common knowledge of the demise of Stuart Lubbock in a pool at a Barrymore organised party, kind of killed his career off, and that came in 2001.
2001
again, not the worst thing that happened that year, unless you're the Lubbock family, where you probably vehemently disagree with that. But there was loads of like suing and counter suing and court cases and investigations, and his career never really came back.
I remember he got like arrested a few times, but didn't he? And very odd.
In 2003, he staged a one-man show in London, which closed after a few days. BBC cancelled publication of Barrymore's life story. There was an entire series of Kids Say the Funniest Thing, which was pulled, never broadcast. In 2005, he went on Big Brother, where he finished runner-up to Chantel Houghton, who wasn't even a celebrity.
God, his last attempt to get his career back.
Yeah. Finishing second to Chantel. He was booked to be the guest host on Channel 4's The Friday Night Project.
Oh, all right, yeah.
And it never went any further than that. It was 2006. That was the last time that Barrymore appeared on a show as a presenter.
Goodness me.
So he played Scrooge at Sunderland.
All right. Just in a play or just?
Oh, yeah, just walking around. I know it was 2006. The pantomime. He did come down with me. Come dine with me. Easy.
Oh.
Where he announced that he was no longer gay. So he said he was going to have a party to celebrate that he was coming back in. This is in 2010.
Oh dear! Oh my God!
Yeah. So his career is never really.
Is your career fails a bit?
It's kind of fizzled. Definitely.
Oh, Michael Barrymore.
Yeah. And then now he's back on TikTok, but I think them days is over in terms of him presenting anything.
I think it would have to be a monumental comeback now for Barrymore to appear on anything really.
Yeah, 72 as well, so he's quite an age.
Yeah.
But he was like kind of the doyen of game shows, like, Strike It Lucky, Strike It Rich, both the same show, wasn't it?
They're just renamed. They've rebadged it.
Yeah. Well, I think that was like the biggest prize in TV history at the time.
Oh yeah.
Before Who Wants to Be Millionaire came along. So he was like at the top of the tree.
Oh yeah, definitely.
His game.
Some days is other, as you say. Well, that was yeah. He is on. His TikToks are quite fascinating, to be honest. They are quite sad. It feels like just a fairly desperate man, and it comes across as quite a nice man actually in the TikToks, but obviously, I don't know if he is or not. I'm sure different people have different opinions on whether Barrymore is a nice man.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for us to decide.
Probably not. No,
probably not. No. But yeah, that's Michael Barrymore, and I think with that's probably the episode.
It's been difficult.
It's been I'm happy, to be honest, that the wheel has it threatened last week to bite back, and it has done this week.
We deserve that.
Straight from the off, it's like, right, you're vetoing this, and then you're gonna have to talk about this.
You vetoing that, are you?
Yeah. Have a load of this.
Have fucking this then. Oh, it's big.
Just 2 episodes ago, we were talking about hiccups.
Yeah, I know. And now BSE, Barrymore.
Yeah, still haven't had that checked out, by the way.
Well, I think it's you've eaten Farm Foods burgers, so I think we all know. We all know what your cause of your hiccups are.
Yeah. Well, if you see me at the Pit Pony gig later on, when I'm looking very pearly or peaky,
he's steaming, Richard. He has not had a single drink.
He's staggering all over the place. He's mooing. Like,
he's just bumping into me.
Just keeps going. Well, that's a horse. He's
very confused.
Oh, no. Right. There we go. That is the episode. That is fried chicken fries. Please do suggest some topics for us to talk about on our socials. Fried Fries Pod
I think so.
Is the tag for most of the socials, the ones that we use anyway. So yeah, join us next time as we well, who knows what we're going to discuss next time.
Yeah, join us at the team, man.
Well, thank you very much for listening.
See you, man.